stuff with asymmetric and then I got some notes too, stuff like that.
Hey, Terry Tracy, good to see you. Happy 4th of July.
Happy
4th of July subscribers.
Everybody.
Yeah. Clinton Richardson, good to see you. Hello.
Okay. Let's see. So let me, let's see. Wait a few more minutes. People are coming on right now.
Yeah, they're hopping on.
So,
I sent out a lot of reminders to let everybody know on Facebook, you know,
Diane
if
Robin.
they're friends on Facebook, they would see the message.
Yes, this is a good thing. Yes. See, YouTube, we like you better. Like you better than Facebook.
Diane Robin says, no more blue screen. Yay.
Yay.
Yes, no more blue screen.
Awesome. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay, guys, I actually have some notes I want to make sure I have. There we go. Okay, so I'm about to get started in just one moment, guys. There we go. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Just looking for my notes here. There we go. That's what I want right there. Boom. Okay. So we are ready to get this party started. You guys ready? Kanisha, what's up? Happy to see you again. Terry Tracy, Clinton, and Diane Robin so far as joining us. Now we're ready to get started, and let's get the show going. How you doing, guys? My name is Rich Guzman.
Hi, guys. I'm Anastasia Halders, better known as Coach Ace.
And welcome to your daily dose of marketing education. This is Affiliate Marketing Training Episode 7. And we're ready to kick it off with actual email marketing. Now, people think that email marketing is dead. I get some emails from people,
Why would they think that?
and they use this tactic of trying to like scare you into
Oh.
saying like, don't do email. You're not going to make any money. You know, you're not going to build a business. It doesn't work as effective as it used to. The reality is things have changed with email marketing. And I do agree with that. But email marketing is not dead. As a matter of fact, it's better than it was before. I'm going to tell you why. Because now we have more state-of-the-art, different types of autoresponders that we're getting more, you know, we're getting inbox more, right? Technology is advancing with the spam filters, which I really like. But the most important thing I want to understand, guys, about email marketing is that you need to really understand that where we are today, okay, it's more about getting a stronger bond and a stronger relationship with your list.
It's all about the relationships.
Back in the day,
yes,
you can, you know, send out anything, spam and whatever, and people will click on your
and
links.
no one would actually care.
And then we're by.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But people have become a little bit more savvy. Okay?
Yeah.
So they're more savvy. So they're not just going to buy just from getting on your list. First of all, they want to know who you are, what have you done, what kind of value are you providing me, and also are you, you know, are you the person I want to follow? Okay, and you do that by giving value, right? Building a relationship.
Absolutely.
How's your credibility? All those things really, you know, play a big role in today's marketplace.
Right, and you also have to present yourself as the authority in order to build that trust.
And we talked about that in the past. So we'll probably do another episode on that one in the future, right? Another affiliate marketing training episode. But let me tell you guys, email marketing, even though it's changed, it's to me, I see that it's much better because what's happening is we are acquiring more higher quality prospects, okay? And this is much better because we don't want, you know, some looky-loos. We don't want someone that's not serious about really effectively wanting to build a business, okay? In the past, everybody would just expect something and that's about it, right? The lottery mindset. People are really starting to realize that it does take hard work. It does take dedication. It takes the willingness to never give up, okay? And when we are actually more transparent and more real with people, you can actually flourish in today's digital economy with email, okay? Very, very powerful, guys. So, well, email marketing, you know, I call it like the triangle of trust, right? I wrote some stuff on the board here. You guys can't see it, but, you know, you have to grab someone's attention first, right? You want to also build anticipation. So you don't want to give the farm away. You always want to create curiosity with titles, right? Because a lot of people, they'll just give the farm away in the title. like, well, now I know what the email's about. I have no reason to open it up. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that the title, it creates curiosity and makes them want to open up those emails.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And make sure whatever's in the title is related in the body of the copy of that email. Okay. Hey, Warner, what's up, buddy? And I will tell you, after you build that anticipation, right, you got to get a call to action, right? Get a call to action. There's many different types of emails that you can create. And I'm going to have you elaborate on this because you've been doing phenomenal with email marketing and you've been really like taking our list to a whole new level. You know, I've been seeing you really interact with, you know, brand new people, not just interact, but really start to have a decent conversation with them.
Yes.
Which is really cool. You know, but elaborate and let people know here, you know, what is it that you're actually doing to really create those results? I'm sure people are going to want to know. Like, what is it that, you know, what type of emails are really engaging? You know?
I think the most engaging emails that I have so far with my list is really doing things that are entertaining and stepping outside of the box and away from your typical, you know, regular boring ass emails that they have like newsletter styles and shit.
And that's
like,
what, 2007, 2008?
That's like old school, you know, a little old school with the newsletter. And
oh yeah.
No, yeah. I don't deal with any of that. I actually deal with, you know, piquing their interest with adventurous type of emails. There will be some of my personality in there, some of my flaws, some idioms. I'll probably throw some of my swag in there too, you know, some of my jersey.
Well, you have to be yourself.
You got to be yourself. That's the thing what's cool about email marketing is actually you can be yourself. You can speak the way you talk and write the way you speak. Like you can really do that. You know?
What is the core, right? And what's the secret to really effectively, you know, creating engaging emails?
Asking questions.
Asking questions.
Asking questions. And you got to get good at this because when I first started out with email marketing, I had no clue what to ask.
Right.
And the only way to do that was to survey the list. But I did it informally, though. I actually did it in my PM broadcast.
Right.
Yeah, my PM broadcast. And what I would actually do is I would tell my lead to reply.
You see, guys, you see that? It's all about getting your list to communicate with you.
Yes.
See, before it was always about like, okay, then put some emails out, make some sales, right? And though that can still happen, don't get me wrong, it does still happen still to this day. The things that are the major changes is now we are fighting for our prospects' attention. And if we can have them actually interact with us,
yes,
then we win the game. Okay?
Yes.
If you don't know how to do that, you're going to forever spiral and keep failing in this industry.
So in the morning, I would actually share, you know, something that happened in the past or
a story,
like a story-based type email.
You know,
and then
stories are good. Stories are awesome. I remember some of your stories that you've created and they're amazing, guys. The stories that you have created have blown me away. I'm like, wow, see, and I knew she knows how to write. I mean, like, you know how to write a great story, you know, and that's why she decided to do the email marketing, right? And, you know, with the email marketing, with the stories that she's telling, it's very, the way she makes it flow, right? It makes the people continue to read.
It does. And the way, like, you have to write it not block style. You have to, like, write so that the person's eyes go down the page.
Yeah.
You want them to read. And
you also said small paragraphs are good in bite-sized chunks so people can retain that information.
Yes. And before Kartra, you know, because we use Kartra.
Kartra rocks.
I used to use Format It, and I used to format the emails. Now I actually did away with that now, and it's no longer necessary. I can actually use Kartra, and it will block my emails to certain characters, and I can just go and keep writing, and it just does it for me. Yep. And so I can just space away. But what's really cool is that I have that strong call to action in between the emails, and then I have like links in between hidden of the paragraphs.
You hear that, guys? This is some top secret stuff. This is amazing what you're sharing because a lot of people struggle with email marketing, even still to this day, right? It's the main cause is because people don't really understand the philosophy and the actual tactics, what you have to apply to make it work. Okay.
And believe it or not, like in some of my emails, not all the time, but sometimes I don't even put a call to action link in there. I'll probably put, you know, have them go somewhere else. Like I'm not necessarily selling them in the morning, or when I'm doing my AMs, I'm literally just talking to them. I'm having a conversation. I'm telling them a morning story before they're off the way to work. And usually that will get a lot of great opens. But I find that the best, most responsive to see if the list is alive and if they're breathing and paying attention is my PM emails when I'm asking them to reply to my one-liners.
You know what? That was really awesome because I've been doing email marketing since 2008. And I do remember, like, I've never was taught to do a one-liner. And I think that's such a great, effective strategy because it really is quick and straight to the point, and it helps like you get engagement very fast. Very fast. So, guys, I talked about the triangle of trust a little bit. I want to go a little deeper into that. So, what is a triangle of trust? So, basically, you look at the triangle, and in the middle of that triangle, you write down trust. Okay, and in order for people to trust us with our list, we got to give value, right? So it's great that you make videos, engage with your list with video, like we've been sharing our videos.
Yes.
And when you share the video, here's the really cool part, guys. You have different ways of providing content: video, a blog post, a live, like what we're doing right now. We get share with the list, right? The replay of the live, you can share with the list. So if they missed the live, hey, don't worry about it, don't fret, I got you covered. And you can do a title in the email, hey, got you covered. Okay. And be like, oh, what do they mean by that? See, curiosity. And then you just put in the link.
Well, there's no sense in wasting great content. You might as well use it and repurpose it and definitely share it with your list.
And you don't have to create a long email about the live. Just say, hey, if you missed our live, here's a replay.
Or
here
even
is a replay. Line. You just hyperlink it, goes right to the.
Or like I use a PS line. Hey, did you catch me on live on YouTube yesterday? No, here you go.
Beautiful. So, guys, triangle of trust is like at the top of the triangle, you look at the content, first piece of content. That is the first thing you're going to give your list, right? Give them a video, get to know who you are, so they build trust with you. They want to see you. They want to know who you are.
Yeah.
They're not going to buy from you. They don't trust you. Very important, guys.
You got to be seen.
And then also, without the video, you can actually do a blog post. Give some engaging writing content. Or you can take that video, embed it into the blog post, right? With a little bit of writing on the top and the bottom, right? So you got that little content to read about what the video is about. And they can watch the video, and guess what? You can send that to your list as well, okay? You see, there's many different ideas, guys, that you could use.
Different angles.
Yeah, different angles to really get into your list,
Yes.
And I talk about this. Now, what is the goal with email marketing? What is the goal behind email marketing, okay? And guys, I'm telling you, this title of this video is going to be, is email marketing dead? Because people think that email marketing is dead, and it's not. It's thriving. It's working. We're living proof, okay? So what is the goal of email marketing? The goal of email marketing is for you, first of all, to have a landing page to capture your emails.
Of course.
Okay?
Yes.
That's how they go into a list.
First thing.
Once they actually go into your list and you start communicating like what we're talking about, you want to make sure that they are clicking on the links, right? And also make sure they open, because if they don't open, they're not going to click on the links.
No, they're not.
Okay?
Yes.
So essentially what you're doing is you're actually training your leads, okay, to click on links, even though they're not ready to buy yet. Kind of like you're hypnotizing them a little bit, okay? And they keep clicking on the links. They keep clicking on the links. They're seeing you. They're listening to your content. They're getting value from you. They're getting to know you to the point they're like, yeah, I feel like I know this person already. I might as well buy from them because they're giving me so much.
And right now, it's a current. Yeah, law of reciprocity, and also right now is a current event because it's a holiday, right? So it's 4th of July.
Yes.
And being that it's the 4th of July, all the online marketers right now are capitalizing on the current event, and they're actually sending out broadcasts related to specials, discounts, deals, anything that's going to help get them clicks on their emails. So they're going to say, happy 4th of July or something about
50% off. You can buy my product for 50% off for a limited time only.
They're doing all of that now. And that's what big franchises and businesses are doing actually. So what they're doing is modeling after that. And you being an independent business owner are going to model after that as well.
But I think people are catching on to that.
They are catching on to that. So I did not do that today.
No, you stuck out. Why everybody zig, you zag.
That's right.
So now, what is the goal? We get, back to what we're talking about, what the goals of email marketing is. We talked about actually having a landing page, right? A squeeze page. So that way you can capture the email, right? Now we focus on getting the email opens. Mm-hmm. So when they open it, what's the next step? We're going to get some email clicks.
Yes.
Click on our links, right? Now, here's the thing, guys. Very important. And this is something that you really must apply. If you don't apply this, you're wasting your time.
Uh-oh.
You must be consistent when you're emailing every single day. Take Sunday off if you want. But the rest, you must email every single day. Someone said to us, oh, don't email your list too much because you might rock the boat. You know what I mean? Rock the boat. I want to tip the boat over. Sounds like a song, doesn't it? I want to tip the boat over. I do. You know why?
You're supposed to send your emails every
Yeah,
day.
twice a day.
Every day, twice a day.
Inspire them in the morning, the story.
Yes.
And then you will call to action in the afternoon.
Absolutely. Okay? Yes.
Very important, guys, or in the evening.
Yes.
Because that way, you know, the problem today, guys, there's a lot of people out there wanting to run a home-based business from their home, their laptop, you know, whatever you want to call it. And here's the thing. If you're not being more consistent than your competitor is outdoing you.
Exactly. Your competitor is already doing things that unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Most people that have a home-based business or online marketing business per se, you know, they're not building their own list. They're building someone else's. And on top of that, they're not following up effectively. They're not producing. They're not creating content on a consistent daily basis.
They're not using that imagination and
getting
creative and stuff. And
they're too focused on the actual initial sale. And what they lack is the information and education of understanding why they have to brand themselves instead of their company.
So, you know, we have sitcoms out there all over the world. I mean, different countries have sitcoms too. Excuse me. But they have sitcoms all over the world, some in different languages, but they're still sitcoms. We like Seinfeld, okay? Seinfeld, I don't know why, but it is funny as shit, okay? But here's the thing about Seinfeld. Seinfeld is just different topics that actually mean nothing.
It's like pointless.
Right.
Like, yeah, pointless episodes.
But it's pointless, funny stuff.
Funny and pointless.
Right? But because humans love to be entertained.
They do.
But they love to be entertained by stories. So that's why stories is so effective when it comes to your email marketing.
Yes.
The more stories you tell, the more they can relate.
And they don't necessarily have to have a point. You just want to be able to teach a lesson within every one of them.
Bingo. You're coming out with some good ones today. I love it. So now, guys, I mean, we've been talking a lot about email marketing. And today, we really summed it up as far as like what you need to really focus on and be clear about when you're email marketing with your list, okay? And if you don't have a list, make sure you start learning to build a list. And if you don't know how to do that, no worries. Below this video, there's a link, and we can teach you exactly how to become an effective marketer, okay? So guys, we're ready to take Q&A right now. I see people here on the chat, and we're ready to take some Q&A right now.
You guys got any questions? Go ahead and type in the chat box.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, this is amazing. You know, this is something that really a lot of people don't talk about, but it is important. Because you guys want conversions in your business, you want sales in your business, you got to make sure you understand the email marketing strategy.
You got to. Absolutely. Yes. So who has their questions? Go ahead and type in the chat. And if you're watching the replay on this, then you can definitely type below the video and post your question and we will reply back to you.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
All right. So let me just refresh the page here. Here we got. Who we got? All right.
They're soaking it in.
They're soaking it in. Hey, they don't have any questions. I mean, then this is a wrap.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It went quick live. All right. So guys, if you have any questions, if you do, just type it in the chat box. If you don't, then we'll see you on a new live very soon. Let's see. Here we go. Clinton says, stories sell. So where do we get these stories from?
That's an excellent question. Where are we going to get these stories from is anywhere you can get inspiration from. You see, you can't create a story without being inspired. So, Clinton, I will ask you this question. Whose list are you reading from? You see, you have to understand that when I started with email marketing, I had no person to model after. I had no clue where to get my stories from. So I started looking for inspiration. There were times where I would just go about and go to the bookstore or go shopping in the groceries, and in the magazine aisle, those covers that are on top of the magazines, those people pay big buku dollars to advertisers and professional copywriters to create ideas for captivating titles. Well, think about those titles, and if you can, write them down or take a picture with your smartphone. That's what we did. Like we took our phone and we just went snap, and we took a cover picture of all the cover photos when we were out and about. Another way to do it, if you ain't got the supermarket near you, go online and look at all of the niche related magazines that are top notch in your industry. So since we're involved in the make money online niche or home-based business industry or entrepreneur, look at those types of magazines and look at the spreads. Look at the spreads, look at the titles, look at the headlines, and get inspired by actually some of those stories. And you can create made up stories or stories that are related to you in the past that you've gone through as life learning experiences that you can share with your list. I've shared multiple stories about, childhood, failure, struggle, fear, information about learning, the learning curve, how it sucks for beginners, right? But we still have to persevere. We still have to go through it. And I talk about how, being a kid, what it was like. And now that you're an adult, you got responsibilities. You got to do something instead of working a 9 to 5. You create that scenario in your emails and you come up with some badass stories.
Not only that, but, what I've learned over the years is that everything around you is a story.
That's what I mean by inspiration.
If you become aware of your everyday of what you're doing, something always happens, right? Like for instance, maybe an example. I stepped out on Sunday where it got about 117 degrees over here in New England. It never we're talking like Arizona weather here. Over here, I remember 101, 102 since I was a kid. Never, ever, ever 117. Okay. No. And we get the humidity with that. Not dry weather like Arizona. Humidity. Yeah. So I didn't know what to expect, but I still went out, right? Because I'm like, I'll be fine. So I go out, me and Angel, right? We go out and we go to the store and the Ocean State job lot. And I parked in the shade. It was still hot, didn't matter. And then we walked out. By the time I got to the store, my chest felt so heavy, I couldn't breathe. Right. And when I got in the store, the air conditioning wasn't even really working. So I couldn't wait to get back to the car. So we got something to drink real quick to hydrate ourselves because it was so bad. And I got scared. I thought I was having like an asthma attack, and I don't have asthma.
Right.
Okay, that was pretty freaky.
Right.
But you see how I just told you a story? Anything that you go through in life is a story. You may think people don't care, but they actually do.
They actually do.
I mean, you could be going out and about, minding your own business,
yes,
and you could like see something happen, and you could just jot that down.
I can share with you one of my most recent emails that I did. I got a great response from it, and it was an email based on a story that I had read in New Jersey on our website for newjersey.com, which is the news, and it was in 2014. And the headline read that this woman died. Okay. It was about a woman who died in her car sleeping while she was taking a nap. And she died. And the headline says, woman dies in her car. Right. And I was looking more into it. And I shared that exact story with the list. Oh my God, it resonated with a lot of people. And it basically was around a woman who was in New Jersey who actually had 4 part-time jobs. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember this story from the past, but in 2014, a woman died in her car from Elizabeth, New Jersey, and she was sleeping in the parking lot. She had 4 part-time jobs, all because she was trying to make her ends meet. And in the story, I was talking about how her death came unexpectedly to her. Yeah. All she was doing was taking a nap in the parking lot like she normally does. But the cause of death was the fact of the matter was she had a spare gasoline can and it spilled in her car in the back. And she wasn't aware of this spillage. And when she slept, she consumed and breathed in the mixed toxins from those hazardous carcinogens and chemicals that killed her sleeping.
Not only that, but if you think about it, if New Jersey, was it August?
It was during the hottest time of the year too.
Yeah, and I remember living in New Jersey with you for a while. It does get extremely hot over there.
Right.
And in the thick of the heat, could you imagine?
Right. So wow. I told the list, I said, so what's the whole point of me telling you about some lady who died in a car, right? What's the whole point? What does this have to do with business? It has everything to do with business. She had to work 4 part-time jobs. Now, had she done research and stepped out of her comfort zone and maybe talked to somebody who or friends shared with her about online marketing or about affiliate marketing, maybe she wouldn't have to have worked 4 part-time jobs to figure all this out to how to make ends meet. right? She would have spent that time to learn about online marketing and picked up a new skill set. And that's what I was sharing, was the opportunity to actually say, it may be too late for this young lady who passed away before her time, but you are not too late. And I gave them a call to action.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you see, you really got to spend time with your stories, okay? And really brush up on creativity, brush up on being, interesting. Don't write lame, vanilla ass, boring stories. You're boring your list. You want to make sure you focus on entertainment, like Seinfeld. Create stories that have life lessons, that teach us about business. Anything that you read, books related, and things like that. If you read a good book and there was a chapter from an Anthony Robbins book that really got you moving and shaking, and you're like, wow, I want to share this with my list, share it.
There's so many stories out there.
So many stories out there
that you can borrow.
Stories sell, facts tell. No one cares about your company, your product, your service, or how long they've been in business. All they care about, honestly, your prospects, all they care about is what's in it for them.
Yeah.
And if you teach a life lesson within your emails in the morning, and it also relates to a business lesson, they're going to get it. It's going to click. Yeah. It's going to click. And you're going to hear back from them too.
Felicity Long said it's not too late to ask for help.
It's not too late to ask for help. It's never too late to ask for help. It's when you don't ask for help that it's going to be a problem, because you're going to be stuck on whatever you have as far as your limiting knowledge of what you know, instead of meeting and talking with, qualified people who are experts in this field, or people who have success and results that you desire, that you want to work with.
Exactly. So if you have any questions, Felicity, you will more than welcome to ask any questions here, and we can help you. If you're stuck with something, let us know. We're more than happy to get back to you.
Look at that. Warner was on the list. Look, see, Warner was on the list, and he says, yes, I did read it. It is heart-wrenching to learn about such a tragedy, which could have been avoided. And you're right, Warner, it could have been avoided. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when you guys understand that it doesn't necessarily have to be your own story. You can reiterate a story, and just like I did, I told a story that was written on the news that I could totally relate to business, because we know nowadays people who are not involved in a home-based business right now, they're working multiple jobs, and it's dangerous. At this point, it's absolutely dangerous to work more than one job right now today, where people are literally sacrificing their time, they're sacrificing their health, they're sacrificing, the actual lifespan of living long, because they literally are spending so much time working multiple jobs.
This is a good point, because I was just having a conversation with my mom, and we were talking about what she went through. Okay. And pay attention to this, guys. This is going to really hit home. My mom, which is, pretty much retired, she went to college. She studied psychology, the list goes on and on, right? She got a bachelor's, master's, and she ended up working for the city, for the state. And, she always taught me, make sure you get a job, make sure, you get that secure job, so that way you can retire, you get a pension, all those kind of things, get a retirement. Well, in 2008, when I first got started in this industry, I was in a company that was more about financial education. And they were very smart when it comes to the economy. And they were telling me what was going to happen. At this time, my mom was still working, okay? And they said that, by the time, when you guys go home, you're going to start seeing some changes. And I was like, well, what do you mean by this? I said, well, you're going to start seeing family and loved ones start losing their jobs, or start losing their benefits and all these different things. And I'm like, wow, really? Like, the economy is really going that bad? Mm-hmm. This is 2008, guys.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. Not even a week later after I'm home, my mother, her company goes private, works for the state or for the city, and then her company goes private. I said, Mom, and I told her this right when I got home. I said, Mom, I heard this is going to happen, so just be aware. And she didn't really believe me, you know what I mean? But when she found out, I said, Mom, you see what I was saying? These guys know the economy. When I went to Dallas, Texas for this event, I learned a lot of things that I didn't know before. I'm just letting you know what's going to happen. So she stayed at the job a little bit longer. Guess what happened next? They let her go. She's worked there pretty much all her life. And guess what happened? She got screwed on her retirement. She didn't get 100% retirement. She only got like a certain percentage. And they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing because they knew that they were going to get rid of her to hire somebody younger. And that's the facts. And that's what happens. So now, like this morning, I had a conversation with my mom about this, and we were, you know, looking back and talking about this and everything. And I said, Mom, I said, you realize now why I do what I do? Do you realize now why I believe job security is not the way it used to be? Why it's more of a risk having a job than a business?
Yeah.
And she agreed with she knows now. Okay, she knows now. She didn't question it or nothing. But back in the day, make sure you get a job, make sure you cover yourself, have your retirement, things like that. In this world that we live in today, it is about ultra survival. It's not about relying on a job and hopefully someone's going to take care of you, because they're not. You got to take care of yourself while you're young, and you got to start being smart with your money, okay? So it can start working for yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay? So this is the way you have to think now. So the earlier you learn this, the better. And you're never too old to start doing it now.
You're not.
You're never. So you guys are at the right place, the right time. You're learning marketing, you know, from us. You're learning what works, what doesn't work. You know, we have the credibility. You know, we've actually have great success. We've coached and mentored so many people. You know, we've actually taught on stage several times. You know what I mean? Like I've taught them, you know, before I met you, and we started talking together now on stage. And, you know, it's really awesome what's been happening. But the reality is, guys, we worked our butts off to get to this point.
We sure have.
Okay. And I want you guys to have the same mentality. I want you guys to work your butt off, because you know what? It's totally worth it to strive and work for yourself and go after what you want versus go after somebody else's dreams, because somebody else will get a hold of you and they want you to take care of their dreams. Not in this lifetime. This lifetime is about what I want in my dreams. Okay.
Right.
And that's the way I want you guys to think.
Next question is from Clinton Richardson again. He says, what strategy would one use on changing email content every day?
Well, you know what we do is we have like a theme of the week. Okay. So Monday we use motivation, inspiration, personal development, and things like that. Tuesday is more about training Tuesday. Wednesday, we have a webinar with the system that we're in that teaches marketing, gives value to the list, right? Thursday, we do the same thing with a different company that we have, right? And Friday, more stories.
More stories or video marketing. You know, that's what we do. We talk about video. Yeah.
So it's good. What really helps, and I would tell you, Clinton, is to make sure that you create a theme for the week, and that will get your mind set in the right place for the week.
Yes.
Because if you don't have a theme for the week ahead of time, you're going to be lost and confused. Like, what do I do? What do I talk about? And stuff like that.
It'll drive you crazy.
Yeah.
It'll drive you crazy.
So let's say that you're not part of like a system that gives you training, you know, like for your list and stuff like that. Not to fret. Just choose those days to create different types of content for different types of themes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that will help you get through the week.
Yep. You'll have a theme for the week. Felicity says, should you keep the content in emails consistent throughout the week? Every email is consistent with the theme, like we talked about. So like if that day is Mindset Monday, then you're going to focus on an email revolved around personal development. And you're going to have to break down the personal development into, you know, different, like think of charms on a bracelet. You want to think of like different relative keywords that you're going to focus on. So if you think personal development, you think mindset, you think fear, you think about, you know, being uncomfortable, comfort zone. You can talk about comfort zone. You can talk about fear. You know, you can talk about success, fear of success. I mean, there is just so much
out there.
So much out there, but that's just one of the things that you can use. And that will help you create content for the week. But like I said, and Rich said, I agree, create a theme. It'll keep you on point. That way you're never running out of ideas. Jason Hopkins says, you can't rely on someone else's money. It's their money and they will do with it what they want.
Ain't that the truth?
That's why it's more riskier to have a job than it is opening a business. That's why we say that. Felicity Law says, oh, you just answered my question. There we go. Yeah, totally. Awesome. Clinton Richardson says, thanks. You're welcome.
You're welcome, Clinton.
It is so much fun now compared to when I first started creating emails to have guidelines and have a mentor and have, you know, someone that knows about email marketing give me, you know, specific guidelines to stick to. So I know that I'm not boring my list to death and I'm not pitching them to death either. I love my list and you got to love your list. That's another thing. If you don't love your list and you're writing with a cold approach. You need to be more personable. You need to make sure that when you're talking to your list, you're being human.
You know, the thing about it is, guys, list building is so important. It's so crucial. I can't stress that enough. I know I said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again. This is the coup de grace to your business. You can generate leads at the skill set that can be learned. Email marketing is that kind of skill set that you got to commit to actually really learn more, to grow, you know, to really dive in deep and figure out some things that you never figured out before. Because that's what it takes with anything that you do, right? The more that you do it, the more comfortable you get. And you start to like it, you start to love it and stuff like that. Because, you know, when we talk about email, people, it's kind of boring, right? Oh, email.
But we make it fun.
But we make it fun and exciting, right? We make it simple to understand, right? So, I mean, yeah, you've been writing great emails, and I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Thanks. Thanks to the training.
Well, yeah, and
you gotta learn this. It's a skill set. You know, it's not something that's just gonna come and bam, you're gonna understand it, because I struggle with it. So I'm like many of you who have looked at the screen and had a brain fart moment, like, what the fuck do I write about? But literally, I will tell you, it's not as bad as you think when you have guidelines, when you have, you know, the right course in front of you that teaches you about email marketing. And another thing is a lot of the systems that we're a part of, they provide that training. So we have access to that kind of coaching and training. So we know where to go. But if you're on your own and you don't have a mentor, I highly recommend pick up a book about email marketing. One of the best books that actually put me on course from not knowing about email marketing to getting better and seeing results like that was Open Click Buy by John Benson, Jon Benson. And this guy is a genius when it comes to email marketing. Like, he scratches all the fluff, cuts out all the fat. And even Ryan Dice, who's a 9-figure earner, literally endorsed him in the back of the book and says, man, this book is better than the book I wrote.
Well, guys, here's the big picture I really want you to get. You know, like you said, you got to love your list, care about your list. Okay. You know, we want to give so much value to our list, and that is the most crucial thing you could ever do with your list. Give tons of value. Right now, we're in the process of creating our own 5-day free training. Okay, we're calling it Traffic Academy. It's free training that we're doing for our list. So when the first person pops in as an email, you got to work on email, and they get that first video and start training. Why? Because we believe in giving back immediately. Okay, and that's what we talked about before about the law of reciprocity. The more you give, the more you get back in return.
Yes, okay? It's a very good approach with the list, is, you know, getting them when they opt in to see a series of videos that are packed with free training.
Yeah, exactly. And we're in the process of building out right now for our list. I'm really totally excited about that. It's going to really take our, you know, business to another stratosphere. So, yeah, I mean, guys, this has been exciting, amazing, you know, content that we share with you today. Let's see. Diane Roberts says, I'm reading Open Click Buy right now from John Benson. Absolutely. I mean, that's a great book. If you guys don't have that book, make sure you get it, because that's what helped us with our email marketing.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much for your questions, guys. I hope you learned a lot today on our training. And tune in tomorrow for another training with Ace and Rich.
Another training.
You don't know what we're going to teach next, right? Yeah.
Clinton says he just bought the book.
Fantastic. Awesome. You're going to listen. Clinton, read it twice. I had to go back and read it because the first time it was just more entertainment. But then the second time when I read it, it was more educational.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
So guys, I want to thank you so much for stopping by today's live. Really, really appreciate it. This is all about affiliate marketing training and really how to help build your business on the internet effectively. And, you know, guys, if you've been watching this channel for a while and you have not subscribed yet, be sure to click on the red button and subscribe to our channel, and also smash that likes button and give us a thumbs up. And if you appreciate our content, leave a comment below and let us know exactly what do you think about our content, and really appreciate it. Okay. Also, there's a bell on the side there, and that's a notification bell to get the latest updates and trainings so you don't miss a beat. Okay. So with that being said, guys, my name is Rich Guzman.
And my name is Anastasia Halders, better known as Coach Ace.
Once again, thank you, and we appreciate you, and we'll see you in a new video very soon. Bye now.
Bye.